Should children be banned from social media? It's a question that is dividing parents, teachers, young people, and governments around the world. Now, Zimbabwe is preparing to enter that debate in a big way. The government says it wants to protect children from online dangers, but critics are already asking whether a social media ban is really the answer. So, what exactly is being proposed? And how could it affect millions of young Zimbabweans? Let's talk about it. Zimbabwe's cabinet has announced plans to move forward with measures that could restrict or ban children from accessing social media platforms. The proposal is part of growing efforts by the government to address concerns about online safety, cyberbullying, harmful content, and the impact of social media on young people's mental health. The move follows a growing global trend where governments are increasingly looking at ways to regulate children's access to platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and X. Officials argue that children are being exposed to content that is not appropriate for their age and that stronger protections are needed. According to the government, the goal is not simply to control the internet, but to create a safer digital environment for young people. Now, let's be honest. Social media has become a major part of modern life. For many young people, it is where they communicate with friends, learn new skills, follow news, watch videos, and even build businesses. Some teenagers have used social media to become content creators, entrepreneurs, and influencers. Others use it for educational purposes. But alongside those opportunities come risks: cyberbullying, online predators, scams, misinformation, addiction, mental health pressures. These are concerns that parents and governments around the world are struggling to address. Supporters of the proposed restrictions say something must be done. They argue that children are spending too much time online and that unrestricted access to social media is exposing them to dangers at a very young age. Many parents worry about what their children are seeing on their phones every day. Some experts have linked excessive social media use to anxiety, depression, low self esteem, and poor academic performance among young people. Because of these concerns, supporters believe stricter rules could help protect children during their most vulnerable years. But not everyone agrees. Critics say a social media ban may be difficult to enforce. After all, we live in a digital world. Children today are often more technologically skilled than adults. Many people believe young users could easily find ways around restrictions using different devices, accounts, or virtual private networks. Others argue that education is a better solution than prohibition. Instead of banning social media, they say governments should teach children how to use it responsibly and safely. This raises an important question. Is banning social media the answer, or should the focus be on digital literacy and parental guidance? Because while social media can be dangerous, it can also be incredibly useful. Many students rely on online platforms for learning opportunities. Young entrepreneurs use social media to market their businesses. And during major events, social media often serves as a key source of information. A complete restriction could have unintended consequences. Zimbabwe is not the first country to consider such measures. Around the world, governments are debating how to balance children's safety with digital freedom. Some countries have introduced age verification systems. Others have proposed restrictions on specific platforms. And some are considering laws that would require parental consent before children can create social media accounts. The debate is growing globally, and Zimbabwe is now becoming part of that conversation. For many Zimbabwean parents, the issue is personal. They see both the benefits and dangers of social media every day. Some worry that their children spend too much time online. Others worry about online bullying, inappropriate content, and exposure to strangers. At the same time, many parents recognize that technology is now part of modern life and cannot simply be ignored. As Cabinet moves forward with its plans, many details remain unclear. Questions still need answers. How will the restrictions work? What age group will be affected? Will there be exceptions? And how exactly will the government enforce the rules? These are issues that policymakers will likely need to address in the coming months. One thing is certain: This proposal has already sparked a national conversation, a conversation about parenting, a conversation about technology, and a conversation about how best to protect the next generation in an increasingly digital world. The challenge now will be finding the right balance between safety and freedom, between protection and opportunity, and between regulation and personal responsibility. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you support Zimbabwe's plan to restrict children from using social media? Or do you think education and parental guidance would be a better solution? At what age should children be allowed to use social media? And if you are a parent, would you support a social media ban for your own children? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more breaking news and analysis from Zimbabwe and across Africa. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.